I have here a box. I'm not quite sure what's in the box. I was sent this box and there is no markings on it that I can tell. I was just promised that whatever is inside I will be very interested in. So, without further ado, let's find out. Well, okay, so we have, it looks like a pair of headphones. I don't know if you guys can see that very well, but headphones. But the name on it, it's not a great brand name. It looks like it says Slave Made, which I'm not terribly fond of, obviously. Let's keep going. I mean, it's really nice packaging, but on the back here, we have a sticker here that says $90, but it says peel off, so let's see what's underneath it. I get it now. $90, the average cost of a slave today. Like, what is that what it costs, like, to have a person? That's pretty disgusting. Let's see if I can get this out. Huh. Okay. So we have a child, it seems, wearing a pair of headphones. I think I know where this is going. Okay, there's a lot going on, but here it says, slavery still exists today. There are 40 million people working around the world for little or no pay, controlled by threats, debts, and violence. It takes many forms, but amounts to the same thing: modern slavery. That's pretty disturbing. Okay. And then we have a child here saying 80% of electronic companies don't track the countries that they source materials from. 80% is crazy. Like, that's concerning. Okay, and then inside now we have, well, I'll show you guys. It's a pair of headphones and some more writing, which says tantalum, tungsten, tin, gold, mica, and cobalt, minerals in electronics often mined illegally. And I know for a fact that a lot of these things are conductors of electricity. They're going to be things that are found in batteries, for example, and also, like, for example, in the drivers of headphones, which explains why we have these. We have that brand name again, Slave Made, and then we have a lot of other things going on here. We have writing at the top that says, children as young as 5 are forced to work in the mines. It looks like on the side here there's like a number, but I think I can pull this down. It says 10 children die each month in India's mica mines, which is obviously a disturbing fact. And then on this side we have a different message. It says 40,000 children are forced to mine cobalt in the Congo. That's a lot of people. Like, how is this not something we hear about? Okay. Okay, and then on the outsides here, it says tantalum, tungsten, tin, and gold are labeled conflict minerals for their ties to human rights abuse. And then we got something else on this side. It says cobalt, used in nearly all wireless device batteries, is still not considered a conflict mineral. This is disturbing. Like, the amount of, the people that they're using, 40,000 people, and by people I mean children, that's crazy. This needs to be something that's on the suppliers' minds. They need to make this not happen. We need to make sure they make this not happen. And just kind of looking at the headphones themselves, they have all these little, like, they're very subtly written on here, facts. You have to be looking for them. And so I think that's a pretty interesting metaphor for this whole situation. It's not necessarily apparent right away, but if you start to look, you start to see these things. Okay, and then inside, it looks like it says, listen to slave story, which doesn't sound terribly comfortable, but.
When I was just 6 years old, I was used to work in mine. More than 400 feet down you will have to go. You will have many diseases related to your stomach, related to your lungs. And if you make any mistakes, the mine will collapse on you. This is very difficult and painful for me to recall that in front of my eyes, my friend, when he was working inside the mine, suddenly the big stone and all the sand and mud collapsed on him. And I was not able to see my friend. Where is he? So I don't want this type of accident should be with another. Many international companies are making their money by using child slavery. We have to eradicate that from the world.
Yeah, I just can't even imagine what that would be like to witness, let alone live every day. Yeah, that's pretty terrible, right? Like, and the fact this is happening all the time and we don't even hear about it or see it on the news or, you know, this is something that cannot continue. Here we have what appears to be a letter. Dear David, the pair of headphones you are unboxing does not contain slave-mined cobalt, and it doesn't contain minerals like tin, tungsten, and gold that tens of thousands of children are forced to mine each day, and which are used in the electronics that we buy regularly. These slaves work in pitch-black mines so small only a child's body can fit inside. Death isn't news for these forced laborers. It's part of everyday life. Those not killed by these unstable mines, which cave in regularly, will be killed later by the toxic chemicals they are constantly inhaling. It's time to rally together to end these practices that are not only illegal, they're inhumane. To be clear, we're not asking you to stop unboxing, or your fans to stop watching. We're simply asking people to start asking the right questions and demanding accountability. What's the human price of the products you buy? Help end modern slavery at trust.org. Sincerely, the Thomson Reuters Foundation. And in some ways, like, us buying these products is obviously enabling this horrible treatment because the money is there and they can do this. And if people are not asking the right questions, not checking their supply chains, etc., this just goes unchecked, and that's pretty messed up. Okay, that's pretty horrible. This dropped around holiday time, which I think is important because it's the time that all of us are looking to buy new products, either for friends and family, for themselves. And so talking about, like, what is the human price? It's an interesting question. And so I'm interested to see what people think and start a conversation. I think that that's something I'm kind of looking forward to, actually, to see how they feel about these things. And also, please go to trust.org so that you can see more information about this and also see what it is that you can do about it.